You've been moving into the most loving and open version of yourself, and that kind of inner abundance is inviting a lot of material abundance into your life right now. And of course, with material abundance, that does encapsulate anything with like wealth and money, but more importantly than that, it's also the case that you are kind of coming into a place of being surrounded by like this wellspring of love, and you're kind of experiencing right now this like it's like a what goes around comes around energy, but what you've been putting out into the world for a long time has been a lot of like really soft and gracious energy. And it like there's a particular message here that this energy is kind of rooted from a place of growing up in an environment with kind of a harsher person or harsher people who particularly like to have influence over other people's choices. And that could, of course, be like manipulation, but it also encompasses like just a parent who might have been a little bit too strict. But I am feeling that so strongly that I would say that if you've never struggled with any aspect of yourself from the standpoint of having to like learn how to overcome like the influence of other people, or learn how to like overcome like the ability to make decisions because somebody else always made them for you, then this might not be your reading, because there's really this energy of like taking back power and taking back control, but in the way that in a way that's almost kind of surprising, because it seems like the way you've had to rebel against this energy is to show love and show grace towards other people. Maybe it's the case that you come from a group of people who don't really like accept other lifestyles, accept certain like things about other people, and you kind of are just not the same, and you've kind of broken out of these old ideas and old constraints that you would put on who you can connect with. It's really particularly with how you deal with other people. It seems like you've become very open and more like trusting towards other people, but not in like a naive, like over giving kind of way. More in the case of like your general outlook of the people around you is a little bit more open-minded. It's a little softer, and it seems like for you it becomes that way like day by day. It seems like you really have come into this place of like control over your own consciousness and your own mind. And it seems like you've really taken a lot of like judgmental energy that's been shown towards you and applied that towards not judging the people around you. It seems like you've really come into a place of kind of stepping back and being willing to observe the people around you without really worrying too much about what they do if it's not hurting another person. It really does seem like you have made it a point to and have successfully shifted your outlook to understanding that like your spirituality and yourself and your goals should all align with the idea that we live in a world of love and unity. And it kind of seems like you are prioritizing that right now. Whereas there will be plenty of times in your life where you'll have to focus on yourself. Right now, you are coming into a place of focusing on community and focusing on like outreach and pouring into like letting the overflow from within yourself pour onto other people. Your guides are really coming through to kind of congratulate you on the amount of courage that you've shown, because it may be the case that this was a really hard choice for you to make, and a really difficult thing for you to decide to do. It may be the case that when you started, you just really prized the opinions and the other people around you that maybe were in that harsher energy. And it may be the case that that harsher energy that they were in wasn't even really necessarily something that they intended to push on you. That might just be who they are as a person, you know. But for whatever reason, it was something that was a little bit harder for you personally to overcome. But it seems like now, and like it does seem like that kind of environment that you had been in previously had pulled you into a place of existing in a lot of stress, and there's like a lot of anxiety being presented here. It may be the case that that anxiety was chemical, but there's also kind of the energy of actually having a lot of very warranted stress about like things that had been going on in your life. And I feel like for a while that stress had actually gotten so bad that it did kind of inhibit the way that you were connecting to other people, and maybe that kind of pulled you into a place of like being prepared to offer that softness to other people. Maybe it was the case that you like there really is this message of like not having felt safe in your body, but you've really like come into a place of controlling that. It's not that you never feel that way anymore, but it feels like I don't know, it's like this energy of somebody who like is just like ruminating on their thoughts, and like if you they're sitting there ruminating on their thoughts, and it's like cycling, and then they like finally get to like one thought that like I guess like triggers them, and I can like see them like standing up real quick and like beginning to pace. I feel like that was the energy that you would be in, where you would just kind of be chilling by yourself, and then it, like these like thought process would start, and you would just kind of have to get up and move. Like that energy would like really control like your day-to-day actions, and it really like was the case where like maybe it was sitting on you so heavily that you would have to stop everything and like immediately tend to that overflow of energy. But you're not really in that place anymore so much. And that control over that anxiety and that stress is like bringing you into that place where it's a little bit easier for you to connect with people around you, because you're not having to tend so much to that energy overflow. It does also kind of seem like you really are like, again with like the energy of how you relate to other people, you're like changing your ideas about what kind of love that you're seeking personally. It seems like for a while maybe you like were idealizing some sort of romantic love, but now it seems like you're coming into a place of becoming just as interested in like friend love, familial love, like even like nurturing different types of relationships that maybe aren't even like as close as that. Like it seems like you're even like revolutionizing the way that you handle like acquaintances, co-workers, and it's like really enriching the way that you view these relationships. It seems like these relationships are offering a lot more to you now than they used to be able to, because you're not so much in a place of like needing to control what it looks like and how that other person shows up for you. It seems like you've gotten so good at showing up for yourself that it doesn't really matter so much. It seems like you're very good at like filling the gaps where you need to, and like it seems like you're in a place now where you do have a lot of people that show up for you, and a lot of people that show you a lot of really positive energy regardless of how close they are to you. It seems like you're in a place of appreciating that no matter what it looks like, and letting it be enough for you, because the love that you show yourself already has you at a full cup. And your reading does end with like a specific message that if you're experiencing any sort of imposter syndrome, or any sort of like feelings of like any sort of unworthiness in regards to this rush of abundance that's coming into your life, there is a message here that like this was always meant to happen for you. So like even if for some reason you were to be offered this lesson and you were to fail, they would simply make you do it again. Like this is something that you are meant to do, and you're meant to do it whether you tell yourself you're not worthy of it the entire time it happens or not. So make sure that you're being easy on yourself, because just because you don't feel like you are worthy of something doesn't mean that you are not worthy of something. And I'm almost getting the energy of, and not to be harsh, but like it's almost the energy of your guides are looking in and thinking that it's kind of silly that you don't think that you're made for something that is only literally for you. It is like a pathway that is only intended for you. And this is like a really specific metaphor, but it's kind of like I don't know, I'm getting like the movie Hercules. Like he really loved his like earth family, but what if when he found out he was Zeus's son, he straight up just never believed him? It would be insane, and the movie would end pretty quickly, and it would just I mean, it just sounds ridiculous, but that's kind of what it sounds like when you say you're not able to do something. But thank you so much for letting me read your cards. I really appreciate it.